media channel for realtors and their networks, including their partners and their clients. PlugIntro's goal is to maximize exposure while giving you, the real estate agent, a constant audience, plus plenty of referrals and introductions in your market area. Today, we kick off a year-long video interview series along with meetings with Alexis Hughes, and we'll find out what makes Alexis such a powerhouse for her clients and partners. Alexis is able to, through PlugIntro, provide a platform for contacts, colleagues, and business owners to promote their own business, as well as find trusted vendors in their area. Alexis will now be local famous and can allow others to meet who they should know while they support her and lock out their competition. Alexis, I'm sure you're excited to share more about you and your services. I'm really dying to find out. I know your audience will. Howard, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you so much for inviting me to be on here. My name is Alexis Hughes. I am a real estate agent in the greater Charlotte area. I am licensed in North Carolina and South Carolina, and I also run a team of agents in 7 different states in the United States. So I think one of the big things about PlugIntro that really spoke to me is having a local place for those vendors where you can actually interview them, get recommendations. It's one thing to go on like a one-man's junk site or Valentine Connection and get a ton of recommendations, so many that you can't even follow up with them. But it's another thing to really be able to go into a site where local professionals are recommending these particular people for certain services, whether that be real estate, plumbing, electrician. Hey, you want the best place to get a birthday cake made? We'll get you.
That's right. That's right.
It's really good. It's not about cheerleaders in this group. It's about who is the best vendor and professional within our area.
I'm glad to hear you say that. I mean, that to me is really hits me hard, because everyone is just saying, look at me, look at me. And through PlugIntro and someone like yourself, I know such a contributor to your referral partners and your sphere. It's a chance to give something. It's a chance to really earn their attention, not just shout about yourself. Exactly. I have a few questions. Are you ready? I mean, I want to know, how is your market? What are the challenges?
Okay, so our market is insane right now. So Charlotte was named one of the top 10 states for the housing market for 2022, states and cities. So as you can imagine, we have Bank of America. We have a lot of relocation clients coming here for jobs. We have very little housing supply. So we're seeing those multiple offers. And what's really hard about that is buyers in our market right now have to decide about whether they're foregoing inspections, foregoing surveys to be competitive during their due diligence period. And it's really important as a real estate agent to have those relationships with surveyors, with home inspectors, with termites, so that when we call them and we say, look, we've got a 10-day due diligence period and we need this report back ASAP, that you've built this relationship with these particular vendors that are trusted and know their craft really well, to fit you in and make sure that your buyers are still protected. On the same front, for sellers, you know, we want to get you the most money for your house. We want your house to go on the market as soon as possible. So being able to have stagers, photographers, videographers that can get in there and give you a quality product, quality service very quickly is imperative. So those are just some of the ways that in real estate, having those relationships with trusted vendors are important for our buyers and our sellers.
I think that's so important, because that makes you the go-to resource. What makes me crazy, and I'm a big Facebook user, when I see these agents asking for services in America that they should have in their backyard, and it really, to me, it speaks to that they're acknowledging that they're not the best source of all real estate needs in their community. And the fact that you have these type of people that are very, very interested in working with you and serve clients. I know I think that all comes from a place of contribution, where I've never seen realtors in their local market give others a chance to promote their business. And I'm really, really happy that you agree that's a really main function, and the giver's gain mentality allows for anyone to meet who they should know.
Right. And I mean, to speak to that, there's plenty of business to go around.
I mean, and that's what can make you the most important. Could you tell us, I'm curious.
Oh, Scott, you're breaking up a little bit.
Did I lose you? I think.
Yep, I got you now.
Oh, I have you here. Okay, thank you very much. So let me ask you this: how do you get a seller? Okay. Well, I mean, people are going to be interested, especially those clients that want to work with you. How do you get a seller the highest dollar for their sale and the easiest transaction?
Well, I think that a lot of agents in our market right now are resting on their laurels.
You
They
got
know
me?
that they're going to sell. Um, the problem is they're taking photos with their cell phones. They're not plugging into social media marketing. And so supply and demand tell us the more people that want to buy a house, the higher that price is going to go up. And so we make sure that on any of our listings, we're going all out with marketing. We want video, we want high quality photos, we want staging when it's appropriate. And that's really going to give you top dollar. It kills me to see some houses that, yeah, they might have went off the market multiple offers in 3 days, but imagine them going off the market with 20 more offers with 0 days on the market, all because you did marketing the correct way. So that's number one. Number two is making sure that we're getting appraisal addendums. Sometimes you have people that'll come in and they'll offer an astronomical amount and they'll sign an appraisal addendum, but that realtor that is helping the sellers is not verifying that they actually have those funds to bridge a gap should it be necessary. So those are a couple of different ways. We look at lenders. If you have an agent that lists properties quite often in an area, they know which appraisers are not the fun appraisers. And so they know, hey, we're not going to have appraiser XYZ appraise this home. If they come through, we're going to let you know off the bat that they're going to have to reassign it, because some appraisers are just notorious for appraising low on
That's
purpose.
smart. That's smart. Well, I mean, the appraiser's guarding the bank's interest in offering a lot of money on the bank's collateral, which is the house. But I mean, you only get that kind of real professional, localized service when you reach someone who's been vetted and trusted from other experienced clients locally.
Correct. And
And
so we have,
what's been your experience getting? And I know it's tough for on behalf of a buyer getting a buyer's offer accepted. How do you portray them?
so it's a lot about educating the buyers, especially for relocation clients. I do a lot of out of state
How do you portray the
relocation.
buyer as the most qualified?
Correct. Let's make them look qualified. Let's build rapport with the listing agent. Let's make sure our offer is professional. I can't tell you how many multiple offers we've won where we weren't the best offer in terms, but because we spoke with the listing agent, because we found out what was important to the seller, because we wrote our offer the correct way and thoroughly and completely, the listing agent recommended to the sellers to go with our offer because we were professional and we knew what we were doing. So you want to make sure that you have an agent that knows what they're doing. I love all agents and we all start somewhere, but I've literally wrote offers for a buyer agent on my listing because they didn't know how to write an offer a certain way. And that's unacceptable in this market when you're renting or when you're representing buyers. It's unacceptable. If you don't know your job, you need to have a mentor. You need to have a broker in charge supervising you. And if you don't have it where you're at, you need to find somewhere that will, because it's doing a disservice to your clients and to yourself and career.
Sure, I agree. And I mean, what's been your valuable, the best means for you to attract clients? Has it been social media or any advertising or word of mouth? What's been winning the day for you?
So I think it's pretty half and half. So I have a lot of referrals from other agents and past clients. That is the biggest bulk of my business. And that just speaks to doing a really good job for your clients and being professional. So huge part of my business is referrals from past clients, family, friends, agents in other areas. And then the other part is social media. A lot of people will undervalue the power of social media. You can form a connection. You can love, know someone just from social media, and having that presence and being helpful and educating people, even when there's nothing in it from you, will return you clients. We have people that come from Instagram. We have people that come from TikTok. We have people that come from LinkedIn. And because we're consistent on social media and we're offering something of value every single day, we get a lot of clients from social media.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you said that about social media. I know there's so much value that could be offered as far as information. I'm glad that you are promoting PlugIntro as your local business media, because I think that the greatest value is giving your local contacts a place to promote their business. Information is one thing. It's useful when necessary, but like you do, your local plumber and electrician and financial planner and your dentist are always going to have to promote their business. So it seems to me you created through this platform a local forum to be a safe, private place where you actually honor your local businesses and give them something that's an invitation only. You're complimenting them, and I mean, to your credit that you're being the hostess. It's going to be a long process of educating consumers and gaining the right referral partners.
Yep, and it goes back to, it's great to cheerlead for yourself, but it's even better when you can cheerlead for local businesses that you have worked with. We all are wanting to support local. We're wanting to make sure that those we're recommending are trusted. And the only way to do that is to have a platform like this.
Your thoughts?
Oh, I think that having this platform to be able to support local businesses, to make sure that they're vetted, to be able to cheerlead for themselves is of utmost importance. A lot of times we just see someone tag a business and that really doesn't give them a chance to say, hey, why are we so great? What do we do that's different? And let's have some third-party validation there. It's much different for me to say, hey, I'm Alexis Hughes and I'm going to represent you. And then compare that to an inspector that's worked with me, or an appraiser, or a lender coming in and saying, hey, from a standpoint of working with her as a professional, this is what we have been able to find about her. This is why she is a really good choice for your agent, and vice versa. So we want to be able to go on and say, hey, this is why you should use this dentist. This is why you should use this cake baker. This was our experience, and we're local professional business owners too. So there's some things we know to look for that maybe the regular consumer doesn't.
Let me ask you this about yourself. I mean, could you describe the transaction that you're most proud of, or maybe a scary story?
So I have a lot of stories. I would say my proudest transaction is there was a single mom. She was referred to me from a past client. And I mean, she was barely qualifying, but she had several children. She was working her butt off and had done everything she was supposed to. This was a dream of hers for, 2 years to own a home. And we got her a home, multiple offers, even though she didn't have a ton of money to throw at due diligence and stuff. And just being able to see over the years her make that house into the home for her and her children and be very proud of it was probably my proudest transaction for that reason, because she worked so hard. I often say, the $1 million listings and the $1 million clients are great, but the clients that barely can afford 150,000, there's very little inventory and it's very competitive. Being able to get them into a home is much more gratifying in the end. I think my scariest transaction was probably my first $1 million listing. I didn't, quite know what I was doing and how it should differ compared to a $400,000 house, because yes, the marketing piece is different. The catchwords you use in your listing description are different. The places you put it in advertising are all different. And so that was really scary for me, because I wanted to do a good job for these sellers and make them proud that they chose me, even though they knew that I'd never sold anything over 500,000 at that point. It was very professionally scary. So having, with eXp Realty, having a mentor in the luxury market that I could go to that would walk me through what I needed to do, and knowing I had that made me feel better. And we went multiple offers very first day after most of the homes in that community sat for, 50 days. So it was scary, but it was good in the end.
It's very impressive. Those are the stories, those personal accounts that make you a person that people want to be with and comfortable around you with, and you can show your expertise. Let me ask you, why eXp? There's so many other companies, and how long have you been with eXp?
So I've been with eXp. June will be 4 years. I transferred to eXp on my 1-year anniversary. So prior to them, I was with a small boutique firm. And to be very honest, I was that person before I chose my real estate home when I first got licensed. I did a lot of research, like 2 years worth of research. I knew I didn't want to go on a 50-50 split. I knew I didn't want to pay $400 or $500 in fees to my broker every single transaction or month. So I chose my small boutique brokerage because it was a family atmosphere. The splits were very reasonable. The desk fees were very reasonable for a new agent. I was a stay-at-home mom at the time, so I couldn't do like mandatory floor time that I was seeing at some of the other firms and teams that I had interviewed with. Loved where I was, that small boutique brokerage. I loved it, but I also knew that I wanted to venture out on my own and start my own firm. One of the platforms we used at that boutique brokerage was called KV Core, and I loved it. It costs about $500 a month to do on your own, and it was included with EXP. So I met with Rich Tomasini at 8 o'clock in the morning in Davidson, and we had breakfast. And about 3 hours later, I chose EXP because not only did I get that KV Core, but the mentoring, the ability to help others, the ability to grow, the ability to really have uncapped potential. There's no other brokerage that I've ever found where I could actually make more than 100% commission when you look at everything they offer. So stocks, revenue share, and your regular commission at a decent split. And joined EXP, thought to myself, well, if I don't like it, at least I got some stock out of it and I'll just go on my way. And here I am almost 4 years later, love EXP Realty. And it's really the number one reason why is the collaboration. I can remember reaching out early in my career to some of these mega producers. I'm talking people that, did 50 million in volume a year, and they wouldn't give me the time of day, or they wanted me to pay them $3,000 a month to do that. And at EXP, collaboration is one of our core values. And we believe a rising tide floats all boats. So I'm literally learning from people doing 100 million, 200 million, people that have teams of 200 agents. I'm learning from them how to do that. And so I think my business has gone, it has grown much quicker than it would have had I been anywhere else, I believe. And it's just because that family atmosphere growing, collaboration. It's so funny because people are like, I need to connect, and you can't connect in a virtual firm. And that's an absolute lie. I feel more connected to some of the people I work with at EXP than I do actual people I see day to day, every single day. And that for me is the number one reason.
Yeah, I've heard that. That's a great reason. I've heard that and I experienced that because when COVID hit and agents and the business world itself was scrambling to get onto their Dell computers with Zoom, the hashtag was "We're built for this," and it gave a chance for people just to continue doing business in the cloud, having the more of a free lifestyle and a way to learn on the fly. It was a more of an advanced model. So I'm proud to know some of the agents like yourself at EXP who've made this a fantastic place to work. I believe that PlugIntro is a really nice platform. I don't suggest that people should stop doing ads or going to business functions or networking events. I believe that in person is still the best, of course, because you want to have a chance to size people up, and we're not just talking heads. We're people who want to spend some time and maybe have a real laugh outside a computer screen. But I really believe in the PlugIntro model for someone like yourself who is so deep into the local community and so much benefit can be gained for others. And that's really the main focus of PlugIntro, where someone like yourself can offer so much value. And that phrase is used a lot, but listen, I mean, the people in business are going to always want to stay in business and want to be around people they know, they like, they trust. And I give you a lot of credit for bringing this to the local attention. We're going to be doing this when your contacts see this or other agents see this. Alexis, you're going to have 2 of these a month plus 2 meetings a month with your locals online. So everyone's going to really get to know each other deeply, appreciate each other's offering and providing their services. Thank you.
Yep. You're very welcome, and thank you. I'm excited to bring this to the Charlotte market. My little one back there is excited too, and I think we're going to be able to grow something pretty amazing that fosters relationships on a deeper level when it comes
So
to
I look
business.
forward to our next meeting. We're going to invite, you and I will invite some of your locals to this, to see this video, and invite them to participate and promote them.
Sounds good. Well, thank you. And we look forward to it. Charlotte, get ready.